I want to switch gears and talk about some of the stuff you've done outside of wrestling. I know you've been involved with a lot of charity organizations, done a lot of charity work over the years. What are some things that you've done to help out in your community as far as
Um, I've done a bench press competition where I did the combine bench press 225. I did it for numerous reps for tomorrow's children. Each rep going for tomorrow's children. Um, I got guys busting me saying, "Oh, each rep wasn't legal. Some of them weren't." But you know what? The fact is, I could take 225 and do 78 reps. It was pretty impressive. Even if I didn't get, they weren't all 100% legal. Um, the other thing I've done a lot work with East Coast Pro Wrestling. They do a lot of charity work for St. Jude's charity. They do. Gino Caruso and East Coast Pro Wrestling do a lot of work for East for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So that's one of my primary charities to go to. Tomorrow's Children is another one. I've done a lot of stuff with Tomorrow's Children and the Make a Wish Foundation. Tomorrow's Children out of Hackensack University Medical Center in the '90s. I did a lot with them. I came around at Christmas time, would go around visiting the kids with cancer, which was hard. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done,
mm,
because I have two daughters, and I would always, that's the first thing you think of.
yeah, I mean, when you're talking to kids that are going through so much in their lives, I mean, it really is heartwarming when you see people that you can help make a difference in their life that are going through something, take them away from all the pain and just provide them with entertainment and provide them with joy for just even 5 to 10 minutes of their time.
Yep. I also do something. I would do it every year. I haven't done it in 2 years, but I would do tattooing for autism for Tattoo Tony in New Jersey, and he'd run. He's one of the guys, the tattooing guys, who was on TV a lot, and he's actually Samoan too. So he would do have a lot of the bloodline guys there too. Do stuff with him like Samu, the head shrinker Samu, which is actually um, the father of Lance Noi,
Hmm.
so who's in NXT right now. So and a good kid, great kid, and I always said he was going to be a big breakaway star. So
When you're going to these events like Make a Wish or just meeting children that are going through illnesses, um, is there like a period of time or a moment to you that meant so much that was really touched your heart?
they all listen, Stan. They all touch your heart. You see things that you really don't want to see. Kids hooked up to machines, kids missing body parts, kids. Yeah, that's the worst thing you can ever think of, and the kids with no hair because they're going through chemo and radiation, and they have such a different outlook on life than an adult going through that. I wish some of the adults that have terminal diseases or crippling diseases would come visit these kids, because they might actually get some more will to live by just speaking to these children. These children have like an amazing, amazing constitution and love for life, because some of them, that's all they've known is sickness. So when that's all you know, you try to reach out and live your life and make the best of it what you can. I mean, these kids are freaking stronger than we will ever be. Like I said, the new generation of wrestlers is better athletes than my generation ever was. These kids are just amazing. They're inspirations to us all.
Yeah, I mean, they say children are the future, and making a difference in their life, I feel like is very important and essential. And passing the knowledge and passing it forward really helps.
I've always gone out of my way to help children, to see children, to even with pictures. I mean, sometimes the kid will come up and you got to be a heel, you got to be and stay in character. You got to chase him away and yell at him, blah blah blah. But then later on, I'll get the little kid on the way out and I'll say, hey, take this. I don't want to break character or piss my agent off and give him something free. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about being nice and being empathetic and being caring. And that's what we're about here at Wrestling with Heart is trying to provide a platform where we can inspire people to do good in the world. And uh, the stuff that you're telling me right now is a perfect example of that.
Listen, I ain't exactly the best role model on the planet. I mean, I've had my substance abuse problems. It's been documented. I had, you know, I went through a bad divorce twice. I haven't been the greatest father sometimes to my kids because of all the infidelities and stuff I've done in the past. I haven't been a great role model as far as that goes. But the one constant that I do have is that I love children and I try to, be there for all these organizations. If they need me for something, I do it. So
Yeah.
it's I think that's what celebrities really should have a calling for. Not only I know celebrities get paid a god awful amount of money. Some of us don't, some of us do, but the one constant should be that they should give back to their communities or at least to the people who don't have that much, like especially the kids that are sick and in some cases terminal.
Every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. Just goes a long way.
I mean, The Rock is tremendous with charities. He's one guy who's tremendous. So is John Cena, guys like that, and Triple H too. All these guys have always been great. I mean, that's the one thing I got to say is the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags, ball busters that they are, pains in the ass, crazy bastards that they've been. They've always been very good
Hmm.
with charitable organizations.
Hmm.
So
Very, very nice. Very cool. What is it about giving back to the community that gives you the most joy?
just seeing smiling faces, man. Smiling faces. A smile goes a long way, dude. You know?
Hmm. Absolutely, it does.